We installed what might be the coolest intake setup you will ever see or hear for the BMW G80 M2, M3, and M4. Not only does it look great in the engine bay and behind the kidney grills, but it makes epic induction noise. I was quite tired of all the plastic in the engine bay, and after taking care of everything else like the engine cover, strut tower braces, and even the charge cooler, the intakes were the only thing left. And today, we solved that problem. Guys, for the very first time, we have our own product for the Vehicle Varos brand. I'm super happy to introduce to you guys our front mount titanium intakes for the G80 platform. That includes the M3, the M4, and of course the M2. And no, these are not drop shipped from China and rebranded for us. This is our product and they're made here in the US, guys. These titanium intake pipes are 3.5 diameter all the way through. This particular set here is finished in this blurple color, which is extremely nice, especially in person. Please ignore the scuff marks and the imperfections, as this is our prototype and we've been doing some testing with it. We will be offering these in blurple, blue, and gold at the moment. We have the intake cones right here, which of course are gonna sit right behind the kidney grill. Two small titanium pieces that are going to attach to the back of the intake cones. The remainder of the intake piping, the silicone couplers that connect all the pieces together, and a various amount of clamps to tighten everything up. It is unbelievable how beautiful this looks. I'm super excited to introduce this to you guys and hopefully get a lot of you guys to run this. It's extremely light, very, very strong, and the color just pops. Technically, the intakes won't be for sale yet. As you will soon see later in the video, we still need to make some revisions to make everything perfect. This video is more so because I really couldn't keep the secret from you guys and really wanted to share my excitement. And also to gauge interest and see how many people would be interested in this upgrade. But here's something you can purchase today to help support Vehicle Varos. My new G87 M2 t-shirts. We just dropped 4 new limited designs, which you can get at vehiclevaros.com. I will leave links down in the video's description. Come on, help your boy out. So installing the intakes are relatively simple. It's just that it's a little bit time consuming because you have to take off a bunch of parts. Primarily, front bumper has to come off, of course, because the intake cones are gonna fit back there. The original ugly plastic intake system has to come off. You got the plastic pipe here as well. And then the opposite side, driver's side intake filter is coming off as well. And you should have more than enough room to install our titanium front mount intakes at that point. The intake box, it's pretty much just installed with some grommets, and there's some.
Yeah, still taking off strut braces like always.
Unfortunately, this engine bay and the bumper has been taken apart too many times.
The strut braces are the worst. Just to take off the engine cover, you gotta take off like 20 minutes worth of bull.
All right, so the inlet intake pipe right here, it's held on to the turbo side by a metal clip, which needs to be pulled off just slightly, and it's gonna release this top section right here. To release it, this needs to be pulled up, and same with the other side. So how I did it is flathead or pick tool right here, and right here, lift up, and it should unlock it. In its closed position, this is what it looks like, locked. When you need to remove it, you gotta put it in the open position, which is right there. Now for the intake box, there's no hardware, it's just kind of like pushed into place. Give it a tug, and there is the intake box. So these stubs that we see right here, they go into these grommets, and that's how they install. There's one right here, and one right here. There you go. I totally forgot. I have to remove the engine cover. And there you go, we have a lot more room now. Gotta take the sensor off right here. There you go. There you go. Hey, I motivated myself. You might as well motivate yourself. It's hot over here. We don't want to do shit. Dead battery. Hot. So obviously this might look a little bit different on your particular car, especially if you don't have an aftermarket oil cooler guard like I have. This is something that we do offer on the website to protect that very expensive oil cooler that these M cars come with. They're normally very exposed down here, but with this centerpiece, side pieces, it does protect everything underneath. As you can see, I was able to save my oil cooler from potentially getting it. Look at the scratches right here. Really hard scratches. I must have ran over something or a rock or something hit it and this took the hit. We have a few in stock, so make sure to check them out. VehicleVitals.com. I'll have them linked down in the video's description. So I'm gonna go ahead and take off all the hardware and then we'll move on to the hardware that's right behind the fender liner. Bumper should be able to get easily released. Shut up! Get out of here, I don't need no negative energy. I'm already dying.
Let me rub it on you a little quick.
You're gonna do absolutely nothing today at the shop.
Yes.
You've literally done absolutely nothing.
Because I'm dying. It's like 95 degrees outside.
But you see me, I'm working.
Yeah, I don't know how.
I got an employee I gotta pay, you know, the guy behind the camera. This, which is on the inside portion of the engine bay, which funnels the air into the intake system, should be able to just slide it out. That's it, no hardware, it just comes right out. Again, you're gonna need the space so you can route the pipes out to the front of the car where you'll see the intake cones. So to get started, so we use this silicone coupler, which is a reducer on one end so it connects to the turbo. A smaller clamp that's included. We'll fit that on there. Make sure there's no leak. And now we have the clamp. I like to put it in a position where it's accessible later on. So we'll put it like right there. So the second reducer silicone coupler that's included, it's gonna go to the bottom side right here. Like this. Just like the other turbo, we wanna make sure that it's sealed correctly and that we don't have any leaks. So we got the first coupler here for this turbo, second coupler over here. I haven't tightened neither of them, just in case we need to play around with them and rotate them. Once you start putting the titanium pipes on, you'll see exactly where you have to position them. So for the time being, this is good. So before we install the rest of the intake, you do have to modify a portion of the car. This section right here, it's like a plastic shroud. We're gonna have to cut a big hole. That's where the intake pipe is gonna come through. Same with this side right here. If you guys are uneasy about cutting anything on your car, trust me, it felt really bad having to cut something in the car until I looked up the OEM piece and it actually wasn't that expensive. So if you ever wanna revert back to the original setup, it is no issue. I'm gonna remove this plastic support piece right here just to have a little bit more room to do all that cutting. Not necessary to do the following, but we found it helpful to loosen this center piece to have more wiggle room. We struggled removing it entirely, but later pulled it all the way off by accident. Next up was cutting the plastic portion to make room for the intake cones. Now that we cut the holes up front, now we can go ahead and install this pipe right here, the S pipe. We'll put the clamp right here, we'll route it down. So it's inserted just like that. We'll leave the clamp here and we'll tighten it later on once everything's put on. As you guys can see, it fits right through in between this section. So this is the largest we can get as far as diameter, 3.5 inches, maximum airflow, make all the coolest freaking noises. So now we just have to connect the elbow and we have more than enough room to do that now that we cut the plastic portion that was here. Go ahead and put the clamp on the pipe, just like that. We'll get the elbow on there. All right, just like that. So we got the clamp there, the screw, the tightener is accessible from there. As you guys can see from the front portion, we are good. So time to install the biggest pipe here. Very tight clearances here. So we're now just gonna get this end of the pipe in here, and we have to squeeze this in between the core support section here and this harness. Place this clamp on the silicone coupler right here for now. And then we'll insert this section in first, like so. And this is gonna slide right underneath the core support right here. Okay, make sure this side is flush too. Now that all the pipes were correctly routed, the intake cones were up next, the cherry on top. Placing the clamps in an easy to access orientation is key. This upgrade was turning out to be so epic.
So the sensor, the ultronic sensor, very, very tight clearance to get it in, but it's possible.
Ta-da! The intake was now fully installed. The fitment was perfect. The aesthetics were perfect. A product we have been working on for a while now was just simply amazing.
All right, so everything's good to go. We're ready to put the front bumper onto the car. There is one quick situation that probably won't apply to most of you guys. I do have aftermarket carbon fiber kidney grills for the M2, which most people probably do not. And on the backside, they really come out really far. And for that reason, there's gonna be clearance issues with the intake cones. Typically for probably 99% of the aftermarket grill options for the G87 M2, this wouldn't be an issue because they don't come out as far. Even the OEM grills are much more in, and there's not a clearance issue at all. You don't have to modify anything about your kidney grills. But on my particular setup, with these, we're gonna have to modify them, and what we'll do is we'll cut a little bit of this lip right here so it can accommodate the intake cone.
And there is the final result, thanks to Ali from Swap Depot.
Honestly, guys, it looks like the carbon kidney grills just came like that, and that we didn't modify them at all. Me, likey.
Now it's time to put the bumper back and see how the setup sounds.
Me, likey.
Where the intakes shine is when the car is on the road and under load. They sound absolutely insane. The damn car sounds like it has a blow-off valve. These turned out better than we expected. According to my butt dyno, we might have even picked up some power, which is something I will test real soon at the dyno. And maybe, just maybe, enough of you will be interested in the product where we officially launch them in the near future. Guys, thanks for all the support. We just dropped 4 new limited time designs, which you can get at vehiclevirals.com. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed the video, it really does help. And make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. As always, thanks for watching. Till next time.